Hardy fiber cement siding is proven to withstand water, pests, and fire better than wood-based siding. And it looks better while doing it. Hardy siding has been chosen for 10 million homes and counting. See the proof at jameshardy.com.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
I promise you, this is not a political podcast.
Jump, fill it deep into the pool, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. 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 Set up the mood.
Talking about Mexicans. Testicles 1-2. Testicles. Welcome back to Paranoid Radio Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am Trebles, Garcia, your humble host. And I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today. And I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. And joining me on 1 to 2s is the best co-host in the motherfucking planet. I haven't said this in a while. Big Tank. Salute.
Salute. What's shaking, bacon?
Dude, over 4 months, 3 months of no tank.
Something like that. I don't know. So what?
You take a little hiatus. What are you drinking over there? Food, Kerns or Humex?
Little Kerns. You know how it is.
Today you are full Mexican. I could even hear your bird chirping in the back, bro. That's how you know you're
bro. Put some respect on the name. Look at that.
Zacatecas.
Yeah, saca las tetas. You know what I mean, player?
Saca las tetas. Saca las tetas means, guys, in case you guys don't know what it means, put your titties out in the air, baby. That's what it means.
Yeah. And we're like, you just don't care.
We're like, you don't care. We have a lot of things to talk about to get through real quick. First of all, I'll make sure that you guys know what the most important thing that you can do for the show is check us out at paranoidradio.com, word of mouth. Check out the affiliations, and do not forget to drop a five-star review on Apple Podcast. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. Jumping in from the deep into the pool and setting the fucking mood. Striking while the iron is hot. Big Tank is back. So for people that don't know, he is my best friend and co-host, and we're here talking shit today. Today is Sunday, and as you already know, we have a lot of fuckery all over the place. We got Houston, Texas. There's people in Chicago. There's people in LA, New York. There's so many fucking anti-immigration protests out there. That's a fucking tongue twister. Try saying that fast with a dick in your mouth. Wait, that's not what I meant to say. Wait.
Hold up.
What's up, bro? You fucking called forth and you summoned me.
I did. Wow.
Okay.
So for people that don't know this, me and Trebs talk on the daily for the most part. We've been knowing each other, if you guys don't know, for the better half of over 2 decades. Maybe a little bit less. A little bit less than 2 decades. We're getting there. We're going. And we've always had different views. But one of the great things about us is that we're able to scream and shout and still stay friends. Yeah, sometimes we step to the side, sometimes we go separate ways, but sooner or later we find ourselves back to each other, which is more than what I could say for my even wife. I mean, shit.
No
I
Diddy.
should say something.
No Diddy, motherfucker.
There might be some Diddy in this one, eh?
You're funny. Hurry the fuck up. Why are you here? Why are you here?
So today in the morning, me and Trebles, I asked him a couple questions, which one thing led to another, which one thing led to another, which one thing led to another. And before you know, we were talking about the whole immigration thing. And this came out of unplanned, unseasoned, unscripted. This was not an agenda. And I told Trebles 5 minutes ago, let's record. He said, Bet. He jumped on. Let's get it. We're going. So where all this is heading to is everything that's going on, everything you see on social media, the ICE raids, the policies that are coming into place, the unnaturalization of citizen, and how everything's been affected. So let's get the myths out of it. As of right now, ICE is conducting raids throughout the U.S., but they are being selected, targeted, but you do have bystanders that happen to be around. And
collateral damage.
As collateral damage. Okay. So that's your most basic thing. They're looking for people with criminal backgrounds that have came into the U.S. that shouldn't be here. Okay. But guess what? There is collateral damage. As we all know that in anything, in any war, there's always a collateral damage, whether you like it or not, whether it affects you directly or indirectly, it always happens. It could be as simple as somebody posting a picture of a little girl getting separated from their parents. Unfortunately, something might have led to that happening, and we're not trying to be insincere in any type of way, but they are not just targeting certain people. There has been one case that was brought up to my attention, which happened right here locally. Did some deep diving in it. It was two families that got taken and somebody else, and it appeared that the somebody else said, "I'm with them," so they took everybody with them. So it was because of that one. It was there because of that one bad seed. Okay, but collateral damage got taken in. Okay, so with all that being said, for people that are running back and forth, I mean, let's be honest. If you really wanted to catch a bunch of illegals, probably go down to Home Depot, make your quota within 30, 40 minutes.
Within 30 minutes, yes.
Yeah, you'd get your quota. But that's not what's being targeted. Okay, now let's go into the whole perception of it. We all know illegal immigrants as different type of things. Some people will say that they're the hardest workers. Some people will say that they're scumbags sliding off the system. It's all about perception. I know for a fact that a lot of people have this generalization of Mexicans, Latin Americans being some of the hardest workers, which in fact they pretty much are. Why? Because they need to make money and they're not willing to and they're willing to take pay cuts, which is one of the main things that will attract a lot of, I guess, non-household workers. You get me? And by that I'm gonna say a lot of US citizens, oh fuck that, I'm not gonna do that. You get me? That's too little, whatever it is. And guess who steps up to the plate? Or hey, they're willing to do it for a little bit less, but guess what? The job might even be a little bit better, or it might be better done. Why? Guess what? Because they're not out there. Put it this
Zero
way,
excuses for work.
Exactly. Which is one thing that my people are really good at. You got me? Our people. You got me? They really are. They need money. They're gonna find a way to make it happen. Doesn't matter what it is. But it also goes both ways. A lot of the new gens and some even old gens, they necessarily don't care. They see a simple check, welfare check coming in. They see food stamps at their disposal. Hey, I can make a living off of this. Or guess what? It could be somebody trying to beat the system, young kid saying, hey, I could get 500 in food stamps. Just say I'm not able to get no money. I don't have nowhere to live. Hey, guess what? He's going to get offered 500 food stamps, go sell them for half off or 75 cents on the dollar, whatever it might be. Boom, quick instant money for the drugs or whatever they might be.
Quick instant money for drugs and some other baby.
Whatever it might be at that point. No, I'm not going to say necessarily just for that. Okay, so that's your most basic notion on illegal immigrants. And it goes both ways. I'll be honest with you, it goes both ways.
And we're not just talking about Mexicans here. We're talking about all immigrants.
No. All immigrants. Okay. Technically, they're focusing more on the color brown than anything else. You got me?
I think that's what you're seeing. That's what Univision and Telemundo and TikTok is pushing on your algorithm.
No. It's not as hostile in the Asian community, in the in the Jewish community. Because you have to remember, a lot of people are able to skip through the system because they could get visas out of those foreign countries. They could get visiting visas. And
there's way more Latin American immigrants too. Like
no. There is way more. But guess what? It's easier for you to get a visa from European countries than from any down south country. Doesn't matter what you have. If you don't have a direct some type of residency here for the U.S., the Latin countries won't be able to. Yeah, you necessarily won't be able to make it as well, as opposed to France, Europe, because of the diplomatic relationships that we have. So it's easy for French. It's easy for Europeans, Germany. Doesn't matter who it is. Unfortunately, if you're on the other side, all you have to say, hey, I'm applying for tourist visa. I'm going to go visit a couple of weeks. They might ask you, they might not. Hey, how much money you got in your account? When's your next buy? When's your next ticket? Cool. All you have to do is show them that and then cancel it and boom, you're home free. You know what? Yeah. Technically, you made it here legally, but
you overstayed. Yeah.
Okay. And guess what? At least in California, I'm not going to speak for anywhere else. California, Texas. You see a white man, predominantly white man, more than likely you're not going to ask him, hey, do you have papers? Doesn't matter how he speaks. You probably won't ask him. Doesn't matter if he did what type of accent that he has. You're not generally going to put that out there. Why? Because at least where we're from, it's more generalized as your tone of skin being darker than anything else.
And that's automatically you get categorized and stereotyped into being immigrant.
Exactly. Whether you are or not. But that's what we're seeing, at least on this side. But throughout the whole U.S., there hasn't been no significant reports of any type of activity helping like that. I mean, I'm not even gonna go into the whole diplomatic solution behind it because you might have, for example, I'm gonna say, and this is not even to push towards it. Hey, guess who has the most major war against Latin countries? Yeah, I mean, coincidentally, right now it's Trump, right? That's who's leading the forefront of the war. Okay, that's fine. Which is fine. He wants to rebuild the wall. He got mad that Biden sold it for pennies on the dollar, whatever it is. Cool. You know what? He's trying to send illegal immigrants back. Let me tell you something. Just like he should know in business, they do not have to take returns of any kind. You get me? No receipt, no return. You get me? How is he going to be mad about that when he got into the whole debate against the Mexican female president against a Colombian president? Hey, no receipt, no return. That's sort of what happened. Somebody, as a
Both of
businessman,
them have receded on what they've said, though. Colombian president took back everything. He automatically took. I'm gonna take. He even sent his presidential plane to pick up his people. And then what's her name? That Jewish. Yes,
They
yes,
have
they did. Colombia. Colombia sent their own fucking planes to pick up their people, dog. That's fact.
they picked up a fourth of what they were sending.
Of course, because they don't have the fucking means or the resources to send
Oh,
more.
no. They have the resources. It's just a big old plane with a couple seats. They have the resources, same thing as because what we used was military grade helicopters that they retrofit. I mean, military grade airplanes that they retrofitted with a bunch of seats. Any decent military has that, which they do. Same thing with the U.S. You get me? I mean, same thing with Mexico. They all have the ability of doing that. Guess
The
what?
C-23s are pretty expensive, actually, bro. C-23s, they're
No.
Hercules. They're
Oh,
expensive
look.
to operate.
The new ones are. You get me? But you're gonna tell me that they can get some Viva Mexico, some Idol Mexicos or something to get down there? Of course they can. Come on, they can retrofit if they really wanted to. You get me? Let's be honest about it. Hey, what? They played a game. That's all they're doing. They're moving little chess pieces. Hey, cool. All right, let's send this. Hopefully, with that, we'll calm them down. That's all it is. Look, I'm not taking away from the whole fact that what's being happened could be inhumane to some people. You get me? Because that's what you're gonna have. Oh, it's inhumane, separating people. But you don't see everything that's been happening within the last 24 months. I'm gonna put it out like that. You don't see how many schools have been shut down to accommodate illegal immigrants. You get me? You don't see everything that's been taken away. How our helping them has put us even more into the deficit. Look, people love to complain and say that we're sending money, a lot of money overseas, but they don't see how much we've been spending money here as well. You get me? I'm not bashing on it because guess what? Almost everybody that I know has been helped out through a system one way or another. And I understand that. But you know how many people have been clinging onto a system that's supposed to aid? It's supposed to be a band-aid while you get yourself better.
It's a band-aid. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a whole. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's not for you to live off of. It's not for you to keep on smooching off of. I understand if you have 3-4 kids and the help is there. That's not going to fulfill you through everything. That's not going to make you whole. And guess what? Once they start taking away money after a year, they keep on dropping it down, and you guys have the nerve to complain. That's where I do find it really bad. You get me? Yeah, as it is. I've spoken to Trebles about this. Coincidentally, the people that have that free medical insurance are the ones that love to complain that something hurts. They'll waste thousands of dollars over a little headache just because
over a fucking $3,000 Tylenol at the emergency room. Yeah.
And guess what? It just goes into the debt. The doctors do get paid. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say they don't get paid. But when it comes to collecting, it's coming out of a U.S. fund. You get me? But people don't see that. You get me? And I think that's what the problem is. As far as the perception of it, that everybody's being affected one certain type of way, I do agree. Does it suck? Yeah, it does suck. But I think there's a just to everything.
I think the way that people are doing it and protesting today, it's wrong. I think it's redonkulous. I think it's uneducated. I also think that it's based on social media. people are doing it for the gram. They're not doing it because they understand what's happening. Because if they understood what's happening, they would be carrying U.S. flags. They're fighting for constitutional rights in the U.S. They're not trying to live in Mexico. They're trying to live in the U.S. Wave the U.S. flag, fight for constitutional rights in the U.S., pay taxes in the U.S., go to work in the U.S., provide and stop being a weight in the U.S., not in other countries. If you want to say, like I just said on the fucking post right now, if you want to be Viva la Raza, go Viva with your Raza. Because you're not fucking contributing here. You're making things worse. I honestly think, to me, bro, I'm gonna say this as a joke, but I mean it. Keep protesting, see how much that helps you. All you're doing is migrating for fucking eyes knows where to find you now. If you know who's the people fucking protesting? Chicanos. It's not even real immigrants. The people protesting and bumping shit up is Chicanos or people with papers, the safe people. Because the people that are here, immigrant that with only like a status that they still need to court or go to court, what do you think they are? They're están aguardados en su casa. They're in their fucking houses ready to go to work tomorrow. These are the people that cannot afford to miss a day of work because if they miss tomorrow, they're going to have to go look for a new job on Tuesday. You see what I'm saying? And it makes everybody look bad. You said that Donald Trump is a racist because he doesn't want Latinos in? No. Donald Trump is a fucking... Not you, the people on social media. Donald Trump is a fucking patriot for wanting to be the best American president that the U.S. can have. Every single president of every single country in the fucking planet focuses solely only on protecting its citizens. Why don't you want him to protect this? If you really want to be here, act like it. Don't be fucking stopping traffic and beating up the cops, the same cops that you would call for your mom and dad to come if they're dying. You would fucking want them to save you. The same cops that would stop your fucking car for being stolen. It sounds like you guys don't know what you're doing.
So this sounds a little controversial, with a simple sense that I've always understood it that if you want to make a difference to the system, you got to stand up and talk for the system. Mm-hmm. So would it not be easier just to give everybody citizenships or some type of something? The ones that should be able to?
The ones there, and there is programs for that.
There's
valid programs today. There's people still getting their citizenship.
There's programs that'll help out, but it doesn't count for everybody. You get me? The wrong people will take advantage of it. You get me? Mm-hmm. Money talks, bullshit walks. You get me?
Answered it yourself. That's why. Because if you give everything, like, how do you do that, bro? How do you do that?
Well, okay. The people in those type of powers, they're not illegals. They're U.S. citizens playing with a system. Mm-hmm. You get me? There's a reason El Chapo had an ID and everything when he was out here. Mm-hmm. You get me? That wasn't no illegal fixing stuff up. You get me?
I think El Chapo was CIA, but yeah.
Well, even if it wasn't the CIA, you get me? Mm-hmm. Let's not even get into that part. Even if it wasn't the CIA, who's the one that ended up helping out? You get me? A citizen from here. X's and O's, ones and zeros, typing in. You get me? So, how is the system fair for anybody at that point? Because we can all agree we have hardworking individuals and we got lazy slobs criminals. You get me? Just like everywhere else. Mm-hmm. But for the people that actually had a chance to make it and do it, you get me? For example, I'll give you a good one. My dad came in through the whole Ronald Reagan Act. Technically, he's been paying taxes and everything ever since, and he was able to get his taxes and all that bullshit. Cool, great. Some people have never had the chance, but they're hardworking individuals. Mm-hmm. You get me? Without my parents necessarily doing that, I wouldn't be here. You get me? If I were to get the whole how it was back in the 1800s, if you want to go back to where you came from, even though they know nothing about it, I would have to decline. You get me? When they were trying to get rid of the blacks, send them back. Hey, well, if you guys aren't happy here, head back. Hey, cool. This is all I know, though. You get me? There's no way I would be able to survive out there. You get me? Just the basic accommodaties. I think you and I both know this. Sometimes we live off fast food for a couple of days because it's the fastest, easiest means. You get me?
You work with what you got.
Yeah. Where my parents are from, there is no fast food chain whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, they have tacos and all that bullshit. You get me? Little food up stands, but it's not the same, not even remotely close. So that's the part that I find unfair is how do you draw the line? Hey, we need the strong workers, but everybody else stays out. It's really hard to actually do it. And that's a part that I find a little unfair.
I'm going to say this with a heavy heart. don't go Ronald Reagan if you're not ready to hear Obama. And that goes on both. The past is something that we can't really touch on because you and I were 90s babies. Okay? And then all we know is what we have right now, the issue that we have right now. And I get it. It is fucked up. But I'm going to guarantee you 1,000%, bro. 1,000%. That the guy that fucking puts the stucco, that the guy that puts the fucking drywall, the tile, paints, electrician, the hard-working fucking Mexicans, immigrants, Colombians, wherever the fuck they're from, the hard-working guys, guess what's going to happen tomorrow? They're going to get in their trucks at 5 a.m, and they're going to go to work while everybody else bitches and screams.
Agreed.
That's where you draw the line.
Agreed. Okay. I agree.
You think those are people? You think those people are gonna get taken away? You think those people are gonna actually get picked up by fucking ICE?
Oh, no. 110%. The people that are going to be showing their face out there have nothing to do with them actually affecting you. They might be doing it for a person. They might be doing it for clout. They might be doing to show off their colors. But I'm not necessarily upset about that because guess what? At the end of the day, some of them might actually be doing it for the right reason and trying to do it in a standard for somebody else. You get me? And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. If they're doing it for that reason, I am not mad at that. If they're doing it for clout or anything like that, yes, 110%. That is completely wrong.
But I'm sorry, and you're being sincere. You're being really sincere. You're being open-hearted and being sincere. But sincerity doesn't equal truth, bro. I'm sorry, dog. Being sincere doesn't always benefit everybody, or it doesn't make it truth. So it's kind of like, fuck, dude. We can't go based off our emotions. It's not about pride either. You know, it's about your child and mine.
It's okay. So a lot of people do it correct way. Mexico doesn't offer asylum. Well, United States doesn't offer asylum to Mexico.
Tijuanenses are fucking past. The TJ people, they're fucking saying, if the government ain't gonna take care of it, we want the criminals to take care of it because we don't want no more immigrants in Tijuana. And this is all over TikTok too.
Agreed. Okay. The reason what I'm getting at is it's all about how you play a system. You get me? For example, the U.S. doesn't really offer asylum. I think the ratio to asylum for people in Mexico is you have to have
seven bigger
it's like certain tiers. Okay. But they're the ones that get the least asylum out of I'm gonna say Latin American countries. You get me? The ones that get the most asylum are usually further down. You get me? And it happens to be Honduras, Nicaragua, and El Salvador. Yeah. And before it was because the whole Salvador was a really bad place. Nicaragua, the money situation that
Russian
was going
shit,
on.
the money situation. Venezuela, the fucking dictatorship. Yeah.
Exactly. So it was easier to get asylum. You'd get more put in for it. Okay. So how is that fair? Because all you had to do was claim you were in fear of your life. There was documented cases where it was like, okay, cool. And now those people that made it over here legally, some of them ain't better than what we have here. You get me? So it's not necessarily how all one-sided. It can't just be black and white. Because you could say, hey, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. But at the end of the day, it'll hit everybody in different ways. Whether it's right or wrong, whether you see it just from one point. You have people that live
in the perfect world, it would be amazing if there was no collateral damage. In the perfect world, I mean, I agree with you. It's fucking sad. Yeah, dude.
Okay. How do you think that it would affect if this was necessarily not Trump's view? It was one the fool that looked Indian that was running for Republic first Vivek. He wanted to get rid of like mine and your status of citizenship. You get me? It was an idea, not to say that it was going to pass through or happen. How do you think that would affect our family lifestyle if we were to get caught doing something bad? You get me? I mean, think about it. That's the next step after this. You get me? It's all basically generating steps forward. If people think this is extreme, imagine if coincidentally that would be able to make it through. And we could say no, because
this
even
almost
throughout the world.
Go for it. Finish.
No. And even if we say that it's like, no, that wouldn't happen. Hey, 100 years ago, we would never even would have thought about anything that we're living in right now. People would be amazed. So let's not ever say that progress doesn't happen. And by progress, I
know,
mean,
I know. If let's hypothetically give these people the benefit of the doubt that you guys are actually protesting because of the collateral damage and because you're breaking up families and because unfortunately there's there's sorrow out there. Okay, let's say that it's a perfect protest with no dark meaning. Why are you protesting with another country's flag? If you just told me that it was easier for all these Southern American countries to get asylum because of their fucking diplomatic issues and dictators and the way their streets are ran. Okay, but they come over here with the Venezuelan flag, protest, when you could have protested your own fucking government in your own country. But you want to come and protest here for free money, for free food, for free shit that we have to work for, that you have to work for. Huh? Isn't that convenient? Isn't that one-sided?
It's pride.
Pride my dick. Pride my dick, dog.
Look. Trebles. Why do I have a dog page and decided to go all exclusive with my own logo and everything? All I had to do was get word of mouth around, right? You have a podcast. We have a podcast. And we want people to know who we are. You carry it with. You got to blast it on you. And you wear it as a symbol of pride, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's pride.
No, but I'm not. See, that's like me saying, like starting the Push and Roll podcast that we started a while ago. It's like me starting Push and Roll podcast after it died, and then you're fucking promoting it hardcore. It's dead. It's dead.
Okay. Why did we post stickers all throughout LA of Paranoid Radio catches here? Technically, that's making the city look ugly. We're causing a worse to it.
No, you're not comparing apples to apples.
No. It's not necessarily the same. Okay. I agree with you. It's not necessarily the same. You get me? Okay, but why would we be hurting our own city? You get me? Technically, that's hurting our own city. You got me? Trying to get it out there like that. Trying to keep on pushing it.
It's not the same comparison, dude. It's not.
No. What I'm saying, it's pride. It's pride of what you have in you.
Why didn't you have that pride in Venezuela? Why didn't you have that pride in the situation you were living before? Oh, because I didn't have the opportunity? Oh, so it gives you the opportunity to come here and then find asylum, get free shit. I get Band-Aid status, right? To get free shit and think that we owe you something. You didn't even have the balls enough to have pride in your own country, for your own soil, for your own flag.
It's like you saying, I'm going to go bleach myself because that color doesn't do anything for me here.
I'm bad about it.
Exactly my point.
No, it doesn't. You're talking nonsense, bro.
Okay. You're either going to go super dark then or super light. What are you planning?
No. Look, listen. Are you for immigration policies right now with ICE, or are you for what these idiots, or what these people are saying? You know what? Most Latino podcasters and most radio stations will not show a cited opinion when they report on this. When they report on it tomorrow, you know what they're going to say? And they stop traffic, and they're only going to report the news, but they're not going to talk about the facts because people are afraid of hurting other people's emotions. This is the truth doesn't care about your emotions, dog. It just is.
Look, do I think there's individuals that shouldn't be here? Yes. Okay, should this be done in a more systematical way with more research on it? Yes.
And
but
money,
it's not wrong what they're doing. Realistically, casualties of war, shit happens. I am for what's being done. I just wish it was done better. Okay? That's what it comes down to.
Perfect.
That's all it is. You know what? As a product of immigration, like how I am, you got me. My parents were lucky enough to come in when they did, and they were able to get their residency. Out of that, I was born here, and I'm able to live my life, which I know would be better than where my parents are from, because technically that's where, if we want to think about it, that's where we would have stayed. You got me, lived life, and I've seen how it is over there. I'm grateful for where I'm at. I know I wouldn't have met my wife. I know I wouldn't have had my son, who I have currently with me. Would I have had maybe another one? Yeah, of course. You get
What do
me?
you mean currently with you? You have another one? No, dang, you
No,
fucking
no,
nasty.
no.
Oh, sorry.
Dumb motherfucker. No. For example, you would have stayed with one of your exes and you would have had a kid with her. You wouldn't have had Salem, right? It'd be
Word.
another whole nother timeline.
Mhm.
You get me? I can't see living, never even knowing Nathan. You get me? That would be a hard pill to swallow. You get me? Currently with your wife, could there have been greener fields? Maybe. But as of right now, that's who's your right to die. That's who you
Bro,
making it happen.
I'm a
for.
product of immigration with an immigrant. My wife isn't from the U.S. My wife she's a permanent resident, but she's not from the U.S. And I'm lagging here. I don't know why I'm lagging, but any given moment, even I might be a casualty of the war. Not me, but at least my wife and my wife's family.
I hope they just said, "Oh, he was resisting and shoot you." Fuck. He was resisting.
Oh, this guy from Paris. You know what, bro? I'm fucking closing this shit out. Okay, so anyway,
Imagine you're trying to take your mic back to El Salvador, Guatemala.
I'm taking my whole setup. I want to give massive shout outs to every single person in Ireland, bro. We're growing in Ireland. 5% of our listeners are from Ireland. We're talking about a couple hundred people that are listening in Ireland, dude. What is it? Salute, bro. If you guys are here and you're listening to the show right now, today on this last minute episode, shout us out, hit us up on Instagram. Do you guys have even Instagram on your side of the world? Like, if you guys do, add us on Instagram and hit us up.
Little third world countries stay on their face. I'm gonna say they got Instagram and Facebook out there, fool.
I'm sure you guys do.
Hey, tienen el teléfono de la manzanita, fool.
I fucking love you guys. Thanks again, Tank. A quick little introduction, not introduction, but a comeback for you. I haven't been here for over months. I think the quick little Sunday drop was nice. And nice to hear from you. Nice to see you again, bro. And regardless of what anything, let's pray for the families that are being broken up too. And guys, just educate yourselves a little bit more, because it doesn't take too much to be a protest. An active protester that's fighting for the right thing. I like to bash hardcore on the people, and then I categorize everybody just like everybody's categorizing Donald Trump as a racist. So I'm part of the problem if I fail to educate you. So I blame myself and I own up to that mistake. So I apologize for all of you guys. But fuck you if you're burning the U.S. flag. Sorry. I said what I said.
You ain't tell me. I said what I said too.
Anyway, all right, guys.
I just like the dollars. I like the blue dollar bills.
All right, Tank. Let them know where we can find you. Fuck you.
You know the deal. Catch you at EKNAT626. Once again, EKNAT626. But don't forget, I'm behind the scenes. I'm constantly talking, even when I'm not on. I'm still behind it. I mean, even if I'm causing him headaches, I'm still 100% there. Go check out paranoidradio.com. Go check out the page. You could actually listen to a couple episodes, see some live viewership right there. Believe it or not, we are working on a Patreon. Stuff is being made. We actually, Trebles did something very badass. He just hasn't released it yet. It hasn't been sent out, but something really badass just came out. And you know what? It's just like us showing off our gang colors. That's all it is.
That's right. We think
we're better than everybody. That's all it is. We just want to show them.
We are better than everybody. We're better than every single fucking Latino conspiracy podcaster and political conversations out there. We are the shit, bro. I'm telling you right now. You know what? I'm owning up to this one. Catalyst Jones from the White Rabbit podcast said this shit on Legit Bat, which is already out on YouTube, by the way. And he said, "Yo, Trebles, you're the hardest working podcaster out there right now. You are putting these motherfuckers to shame. Thank you. Somebody fucking noticed." Anyway, we're not working on that.
What you're telling me is that you're working like an illegal right now.
Oh.
And we're ending it like that with a bang. Till the next time.
What? Where did that come from?
Paranoid Radio.